With such a short turnaround between game week 13 and 14, only 2 days, I'm going to give you 5 players who should be on your watch list. Whether you're new to the channel or you just enjoy FPL content, we have team selection videos, reviews, transfer tips coming up, wildcard videos available as well. So hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, let's have a look at these players. First player to have a look at is, of course, Rafinha. He has got 5 goals this season. He hasn't got any assists. His expected goal involvement per 90 minutes is 0.45. He likes a shot, 3.7 shots per 90 minutes. That's really high. That would be good for a striker, let alone someone playing in midfield, which he is listed as. £6.6 million he costs. So he's in a kind of budget bracket, I would say. He's not inexpensive. Always it's been felt he's been underpriced since the start of the season. I've had him since the start of the season. So have a lot of you. He's nearly owned by 1 in 5 FPL owners. If you haven't got him, he looks like a great punt for the next 2 weeks. If we have a look at those fixtures, Palace at home, Brentford at home, that looks really nice. If you haven't got him, I'd almost say he's considered probably a 2-week punt. Chelsea, Man City away, that looks horrible. Arsenal and Liverpool then doesn't get a lot harder than that. So maybe just for a 2-week punt, he is a possibility of bringing in. I might even carry him through if you can. It depends how strong your bench is. He is just involved in everything Leeds does. He is nailed. He has the good fixtures in short term. And what I do like about him is he's got 5 goal involvements and they're all goals. He does get on set pieces, so he is there as well. He is a creative player. He gets those bonus points, but the fact that he scores as a midfielder, that's what we're really interested in as FPL managers. He gets those extra points for scoring. Rafinha for the next 2 games at home, Leeds, he looks like a really good option that I would not want to go without. Then we have Bernardo Silva. He's been talked about a lot before, but surprisingly not that greatly owned in the community. Only 1 in 10 roughly have him in their side. 11.6% owned. 7.2. He's not cheap, he's not expensive, but for a Manchester City player that's playing pretty much every game under Pep, he's a really attractive proposition. 4 goals, he's got 2 assists. It's a decent XGI for a midfielder, 0.58. He's not taking many shots in and around the box, you have to say, but the chances and shots he's getting are quality, 1.33. Those fixtures look wonderful for the medium to longer term. Villa away, Watford, Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle and Leicester at home. You could almost argue, of course, that if you're Manchester City, you're almost fixture-proof. He's played 90 minutes 9 times, so he's not even coming off the bench for Man City. He is just starting. With KDB out as well, his place is almost nailed even more so. Scoring goals, he's assisting goals. He started every Champions League fixture. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I suppose on the good side of things, it means Pep just trusts him so much. For a player that was reportedly sort of craving a move at the start of the season, he is now very much in Pep's plans, playing some of the best football of his career. I love him for those fixtures. They're even better even beyond those 6 games. 7.2. If you can stretch to him, I think he's a really nice option. He just seems to be playing every week. And if you can get an attacking Manchester City player who's playing every week for 7.2, I think you would snap your hand off. HeungMin Son is on my watch list. He is a player I'm really interested in. 10.4, he is not cheap, so something's got to give if you're going to get him into your side. Are you going to lose a premium striker? Are you going to weaken in defence? He's not easy to get in your side. 1 in 5 managers have managed to do it so far. He's got 4 goals, 2 assists in what's been a pretty disappointing season so far for Tottenham, so he again is doing his bit. Expected goal involvement 0.4. He seems to always exceed what his goal involvement should be, though. He is just one of those clinical finishers that puts away those chances he's expected to and then scores them that he shouldn't. Shots per 90 is decent, 2.41. The main attraction with Son, you'd have to say, is those fixtures. He's got Brentford at home, Norwich at home. Then you've got Brighton, Leicester. Obviously, the Liverpool game in the past. Those next 2 games look so nice. Obviously, he's nailed on fixtures. Talked about new manager. Don't know what he's going to do in terms of the new manager. What sort of effect it's going to have on the side. So far, we haven't seen that sort of bounce particularly, especially if we look at the European fixture in midweek. They obviously got the result. Won 2-1 the other day. Price is an issue, like I said. It feels like he's not a player that you can just jump on. It might take some juggling, so that's a bit of a deterrent. But if you can get on him for those fixtures, and we just know how good and what an FPL asset he's been in the past. For Brentford, Norwich at home, if you're not going to bring him now, I'm not sure when you would bring him in. If you can squeeze him in your side, I definitely think he's a player worth looking at. Next on this is Diego Jota. He's fresh from his 2 goals against Southampton. 8 goals in the last 2 games for Liverpool. They have a couple of away fixtures next. But you'd have to say Liverpool at the moment are just playing such good football, such attacking football. They can score against anyone. You'd almost say they're fixture proof at the moment. 7 goals for Jota, 1 assist. It's great that the majority of his work in front of goal is those goals. Playing through the middle in the absence of Firmino, we know he's going to be nailed up there. 7.6 for an attacking Liverpool player that's going to get minutes is decent. 17.3% owned, that is only going to go up. His goal involvement per 90, wow, 1.06. That is right up there with anyone else in the game. Shots per 90 minutes, 3.26. That is really impressive as well. Looking at those fixtures, again, Everton, you expect that to be quite a tight one. Not easy at Wolves. You've got Villa, Newcastle, Tottenham, Leeds. But whilst Firmino's out of the picture at the moment, Diego Jota, he's making that position his own. He's playing up front listed as a midfielder. We've seen the great XGI. The only downside is, when does Firmino come back and how does that affect Jota? We know he's going to have reduced minutes through Firmino, but in the meantime, maybe it's just a case of the sun is out, let's make hay with Jota and get on him while he's free. I don't like the fact that he is going to have to be, I'm kind of booking in a transfer later on, unless you're prepared to just accept he's going to share minutes, because his XGI is so good. If when he gets minutes, and he does get minutes, he's still producing results and getting returns. Jota playing up front for Liverpool, too good to resist. Alain Saint-Maximin, then he has 3 goals this season, 4 assists. A lot of managers have jumped onto him. 16.9% owned, 6.8. He is a good budget option playing up front for Newcastle, despite the fact they haven't won a game this season. He is still contributing goals and getting those points. His expected goal involvement per 90 minutes isn't great, 0.38, but you have to bear in mind he is quite a cheap price. Shots per 90 is acceptable, 2.01. It's not a disaster. It's not impressive either. But the whole reason I think for bringing Saint-Maximin in, if you've got maybe an Adam Armstrong, if you've got even an Antonio with tough fixtures coming up, those next 2 games for Newcastle, at home to Norwich and at home to Burnley, just look massive for Newcastle. Remember, they got 3 goals in their last home game, albeit against Brentford. You just feel that that home crowd in front of them, Saint-Maximin, Wilson playing up front, I don't know. It's something that tells me that Saint-Maximin is going to get involved. And if Newcastle do score, it will be somewhere involved with Saint-Maximin around. Norwich and Burnley, you expect them to score. Not the one all season. Those 2 games could certainly define their season, especially when you've got lots of Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, Man United after that. That looks horrible. These next 2 games so crucial for Newcastle. And you just feel they're going to have to take that chance to get that first win on board. Something just tells me that they are going to do it. He's nailed. He's got those good 2 fixtures. They've got those 2 massive games. New manager effect as well with Eddie Howe. I like him. I know it would just be a 2-week punt, but it is very tempting to move, like I say, for the likes of an Adam Armstrong, that if you've got him in your side, maybe even move down from a Jimenez if they've got tougher games coming up in a medium term. Even, like I said, an Antonio could be an option. But those next two games at home in front of the Toonami, surely Saint-Maximin's going to get some returns in those. I really like him as a short-term option. Like I said before, there's not long between those game week 13 and 14 deadlines. Only 2 days, so not much time to digest the stats, not much time to think about things. Do you roll the transfer? Are you tempted by one of the players we've had on the watch list? I'm certainly looking at one of them, possibly to bring in my side. If you want to see what I do, if you want more great content, click on that subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.